Good evening. Thank you all for coming here tonight to celebrate this time in our lives where we begin a new chapter. I'd like to begin by quickly giving a few personal thanks. I'd like to thank my parents for always expecting my best and teaching me the importance of school. My mom has been a great spiritual leader throughout my entire life, and I've chosen to major in engineering because I've always looked up to my father. I'd like to thank my sisters for making me extremely competitive in everything that I do because it made me work hard to prove myself to them and the rest of my family. I'd like to give a special thanks to Mr. Barnes for always working hard for our entire class and doing his best to make sure we have a successful future. I'll miss the daily conversations we have, expressing our disappointment in Mississippi State and Ole Miss sports. He has made me see that some of his fans aren't all that bad. I'd also like to thank the now 5-time star teacher, Miss Smith. Physics was such a fun and challenging class that I'm glad I had the opportunity to take, and I doubt anyone could have taught us better. Thank you, teachers and other faculty, for giving us the tools we need to grow throughout our many years in school and on into our futures. Most importantly, I'd like to thank God. I've truly been given countless blessings that I'm so grateful for. Now to my fellow graduates. I know it has been a long journey for us all that has felt a lot closer to an eternity than 13 years. I'm sure you're all very excited and likely nervous as well. Those feelings are mutual. We should all feel proud of what we've managed to accomplish here today. For some of us, more school awaits, and some of us might be going straight on into our careers. Regardless of what our future holds, there's always the opportunity to continue learning and growing. We often hear the saying that knowledge is power, and it is true. Without the knowledge we have today, we certainly would not be graduating and getting set loose in this unpredictable world. Many of you might look forward to adulthood and the independence that comes with it. It is what we've impatiently been waiting for all this time. The uncertainty of the future ahead of us can be uncomfortable. However, we have been given all the tools necessary to make our mark on the world. I would like to share a verse relative to this from Scripture. 1 Timothy 4:12 says, "Don't let anyone look down on you because you are young, but set an example for the believers in speech, in conduct, in love, in faith, and in purity." Though we are young, we have the opportunity to be leaders in our communities, and my hope is that we lead with compassion, integrity, and humility. Maya Angelou once said, "I've learned that you shouldn't go through life with a catcher's mitt on both hands. You need to be able to throw something back." For 13 years, we have absorbed everything that our teachers, mentors, parents, guardians, family, and friends have taught us. Now it is time for us to throw back our metaphorical baseball to the next generation. I believe in each of you and know that you have so much to offer to those you will come in contact with. To wrap this up, I'd just like to say congratulations to you all. I know everyone here is very proud of you. You deserve this recognition for all the work you have put in. I can say I'm very grateful to be the valedictorian of such a bright graduating class. I hope you all get the opportunity to pursue your dreams. Good luck in all that you do. God bless, and Hail State.
I want to start by saying a few thank yous. First, thank you parents and guardians for pushing us to get to this day. Second, thank you teachers for believing in us and telling us countless times to study for that test we had coming up. Third, Mr. Barnes, a huge Mississippi State fan, for reminding us to check our emails for important senior information and being the best counselor ever, Hail State. And finally, I want to send out an exceptional thank you to the man who introduced me today, Coach Dexter Ross. I am sure that you have all heard stories from our time in Coach Ross's classroom, such as him getting on the ground and barking like a dog, or him teaching us what an inference is by nearly walking off the top of his desk. Thank you, Coach Ross, for believing in us when we did not believe in ourselves and for pushing us out of our comfort zones. Today is a day that we've all been looking forward to, a day that I have been looking forward to for a long time. When we started the year, it did not seem like it would have flown by so quickly. It feels like yesterday we were getting our breakfast at the CAC and going down to the complex to eat and hang out before racing back to school because we were almost late on the first day. For me, the moment of realization happened on my last day of the Golf State Championship. I knew that it was over and I was devastated. Not because it was all over or because I felt like I hadn't done enough in my high school career, but because I would be leaving this place I have called home all of these years. Today is a very special day for me because it marks a day when I can finally stop comparing myself to my twin sisters. They are valedictorian and salutatorian in their class, so to say I had some big shoes to fill is an understatement. I have always been the little sister of the Epps twins. It was the mold I was expecting to fit into. As we grow into young adults, we are all expected to fit into predetermined molds that people have set for us. Throughout high school, we have broken these molds and become the individual people we are today. It does not matter who your family is or what your reputation is. You can go forward from today and continue to grow into the person that you want to be. This growth and mold breaking I'm talking about started in kindergarten, where we started growing into the people we are today. When we were in kindergarten, taking a nap during nap time was torture because you wanted to stay awake and continue to play at recess. Now, anytime that we have a spare 30 minutes in our day, we are taking that nap no matter where we are. Kindergarten was just the beginning. There are memories of us becoming the runs of the high school in that overly crowded and, may I say, very smelly junior hallway. Then we entered the high school building and had no clue where we were going because we were the runts all over again and had to go all the way from Ms. Upchurch's class all the way to Mr. Bird's class in the span of 4 minutes. There were times where I wish I could have taken it in a bit more. Times where I wish I could have stopped time to live in the moment a little more. Like the time the powerlifting team turned a school bus into a party bus. Sure does take talent, but we did it. Figuring out how to charge your phone in Mr. Bird's classroom or how to sneak a quick peek outside in his class without him noticing you touched his blinds takes talent. Or like the time in Miss Egdor's classroom where the equal balance of work and play were missing. I will say, playing Brawl Stars has taught me that I could never get more mad at something than when I'm losing a simple video game. There is truly no way to say that you went to Water Valley High School than being Miss Egdor's classroom during midterms and finals. Because trust me, you have not lived until you've been in her classroom during a simple school day and seen how mad our teachers made us. It's times like these that made our high school experience what it was, a time where we grew into the people we are today. My dad showed me a song the other day called Closing Time by Semisonic. And in the midst of him singing along to it, I heard a lyric that had been said to me, and I wondered where I had heard it from. Then I remembered Coach Daniels used that line to get the powerlifting girls to leave the weight room because it was almost 7 at night and Miss Courtney was calling him to get home. We are standing in the crossroads of this lyric today. We don't have to go home, but we can no longer stay here. Our time at Water Valley High School has come to a close. This year may be coming to an end, but it does not mean that we are all losing the memories that we have made. In the words of Dottie Peoples, it is not goodbye, but see you later. We may be leaving Water Valley High School as the class of 2022, but we are certainly not saying goodbye forever. It's merely a see you later. I want to leave you all with a quote from Stephen Hawking. Remember to look up at the stars and not down at your feet. Try to make sense of what you see and wonder what makes the universe exist. Be curious, and however difficult life may seem, there is always something you can do and succeed at. It matters that you just don't give up. So my challenge to our class of 2022 is to go forward from today and know that whatever you put your mind to, you can do. I'd like to thank all of my peers for giving me the honor of growing with you these last 13 years. I cannot believe that our time has come to an end, but I'd like to personally say congratulations and good luck. Thank you, and welcome to the graduation ceremony of the class of 2022.
Good evening, honored guests, administration, teachers, family, friends, my mother Jill, and of course the class of 2022. Now, to ensure clear communication with the social media generation, hashtags and pop culture references will be used. Hashtag you're welcome. Today is an exciting day. Today I'm going to give you a speech. Now graduates, I don't know if you know me, but I'm Steven and we went to high school together. And I want to give a big congratulations to everyone here today, including myself, for being here. It has not been easy. We were presented with challenges and obstacles that we had to overcome. We have lost people like Dr. Carol Gary that shook the community at its core. But while things might not always go the way we planned, I know we can all agree that this class has been resilient. We braved dangers such as power outages, tornadoes, Ebola, Michelle's changes to our lunch program, ISIS, puberty, COVID-19, Coach Ross's final exam, and global warming. Yes, despite all these odds, we still managed to graduate. We have now done the thing required to us by the government, and to that I say, good job, guys. We are now significantly less likely to live in our parents' basements for the rest of our lives. And now we emerge into the world like a monarch butterfly from a cocoon, equipped with all the knowledge and skills that we have learned, such as how to divide a polynomial, analyze the 19th century poem, and share that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, things adults do every day in their everyday lives. We should also remember all of the small things, such as the dance moves and trends invented in our time. We had the Dougie, the whip, the jerk. We will also remember things such as Lane's inability to wear anything but flip-flops for 6 years straight, and Alton's dog Bam Bam, hashtag rest in peace. Then we had 4th grade in 2013 when we rocked multicolored silly bands and enjoyed the Davidson dollar trade economy, which seemed to be exclusive to Hot Cheetos or the paper spinners we had that we decorated. It seems like yesterday that we were first entering the pale walls of Water Valley High School, just a bunch of innocent, beady-eyed adolescents who didn't know what they were in for. We didn't know not to touch Mr. Bird's blinds, or that you couldn't kill a bug in front of Miss Smith. The spider deserved it, by the way. Yes, we had a lot to learn, but what seems to be a testament of this class is its ability to adapt to situations and support each other through thick and thin. I cannot begin to count the phone calls, Snapchats, and messages that were sent among this class in preparation for the next day. We even made a Google Classroom designed specifically to share study guides. Then we got caught. Thank you, Tyler1. Hashtag we know what you did. Nonetheless, we have passed tests together, thrown food together, hashtag food fight, and made fun of Alton together. And now, as seniors listening to me give the greatest speech of all time, we are through. We have a world full of potential relationships and opportunities, a huge place to leave a legacy. As street poet and philosopher Drake once said, "Oh well, I guess you win some and lose some. As long as the outcome is income, you know I want it all and then some." While the idea of material success does heavily influence our lives, I ask that you continue to be the best version of yourselves, because you will not be remembered for your grades, popularity, or your likes on Facebook, but by your relationships, the kind of person you were to others. Class of 2022, it's been a great 8 years with you all, and now all we have left is the rest of our lives to live. Thank you very much.